Okay, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something I know a lot of you have heard about,
Yeah,
and I find it really interesting too.
definitely.
It's manifestation.
Oh,
And I know
yeah.
that's like kind of a buzzword
Yeah.
lately, and some people think it's like completely BS, and some people like totally believe in it. And then there are people who are like, is this the Matrix?
Right.
Like, what is going on?
Mm,
So we're going to get deep dives today into what manifestation is all about.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
really kind of try to figure out, is there anything to it?
Yeah.
Is there something we can use? Is it a bunch of BS? And we're going to talk about a really great story with Jim Carrey
Yeah.
that kind of illustrates this whole idea of manifestation.
Sure.
So to get started,
Yeah.
um,
I think it's interesting. Like this whole idea of manifestation, it's
Yeah.
not like a new concept.
Right.
Like if you think about it, you can find these ideas
yeah,
in like different cultures and philosophies, like going back centuries, you know?
makes sense.
And even in like modern psychology, there's this concept called the self-fulfilling prophecy,
Yeah,
where like you believe something to be true and then that belief actually influences your actions.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
And then because of your actions, it kind of ends up
yeah,
making the thing you believe true
true. Yeah,
kind of come true.
yeah. So it's more than just like wishing upon a star.
Totally. Yeah.
It's like there's more to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think at the heart of it, it's this belief that like focused thought
Yeah,
can influence reality
right.
and like bring things into your life.
Okay.
And there's definitely a little bit of a scientific side to it, even if it isn't quite as mystical as some people
Right,
make
it's
it
just not
seem.
magic.
Right, like magic, exactly.
Yeah.
But like if you think about things like the placebo effect,
Yeah.
there was this study where patients believed they were getting like this super strong painkiller,
Wow.
and they actually experienced real pain relief, even though it was just a sugar pill.
Just because they thought it.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah. So there's definitely something to the power of the mind.
Yeah. So you're saying that like just thinking something
Mm-hmm.
can actually change how we feel.
I think there's a component to that.
Okay. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
What's the story with him?
So, like, way before he was, like, the comedy superstar we know, he
Right.
was just, like, a struggling actor,
Yeah.
And he actually wrote himself, like, a check
Right.
for $10 million,
Wow.
dated it for Thanksgiving 1995,
Okay.
and he, like, carried it around in his wallet.
Remind himself.
Yeah, like, as motivation.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then guess what?
What?
Right before that date,
Uh-huh.
he landed the lead role in Dumb and Dumber,
No way.
which earned him
$10 million.
$1 million.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
That's either a massive coincidence
Yeah.
or that's like proof.
Right.
Like, how do you explain that?
I know.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Um,
That's interesting.
so is there a danger though
Oh, for sure.
to like just wishing for things
Yeah.
and then not doing the work?
Right.
Like that's where I feel like some people like,
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, go too far.
yeah, and that's kind of where it gets into like the woo-woo territory.
Right.
It's not really about like sitting on your couch and just like,
Wishing.
hoping things will magically appear.
Right.
It's more about like aligning your thoughts and your
Correct.
actions and your beliefs
Yeah.
to achieve these goals.
So it's more like a mental game plan
Exactly.
to help you, like.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
where you get into like the law of attraction,
Right.
which is this like popular principle within manifestation,
Okay.
where it's like you attract what you put out.
Makes sense.
Like attracts like so positive thoughts attract positive outcomes.
Okay, so how do we make this work?
Right.
Like, how do we actually use this?
Yeah, so there's like 3 key steps you can take.
That are all rooted in, guess what, science.
Okay.
So the first one is you need clear goals.
Goals. Okay.
Just like Jim Carrey's like define exactly what you want. The
Yeah.
more specific, the better.
Okay.
And the second is focused action.
Action.
So daydreaming is great, but you got to take like real steps
Yeah.
that move you towards your goals.
Right.
Like if you want to write a novel, right? You set a daily writing goal.
Okay.
Join a writing group.
So actually take action.
Take action. And the third thing is cultivate like a positive mindset.
Mindset. Okay.
Believe in the possibility of achieving your goals.
Got it.
This isn't about ignoring the challenges.
Yeah.
It's about approaching them with like a can-do attitude.
Right.
Knowing that like setbacks are just like stepping stones on the path.
So it's like even if you don't believe in manifestation at all,
Right.
those 3 steps are good steps
Yeah,
for
totally.
anything in life.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think it's all about harnessing the power of our minds
Mm.
to focus our energy and our efforts.
on what we want.
And who knows, maybe there's more to it
Yeah.
than we even
Yeah.
realize.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that brings us to The Matrix,
Yeah.
because that whole movie is about,
Oh, yeah.
like, is reality
Bending reality.
what we think it is?
Right.
And can we actually
Yeah.
bend spoons with our mind?
Right.
You know? Is there more to it?
I know. It's so interesting.
So do you think that's kind of what manifestation is getting at?
I think in a way, yeah, like the Matrix obviously plays with that idea
Yeah.
that like our perceived reality isn't the only reality,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And while we might not be at the point of like bending spoons with our minds,
Yeah.
I think that those themes in the movie definitely resonate
Yeah.
with that core message of manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
like questioning those limitations and believing in the power of thought.
Yeah. So even if we can't like download kung fu into our brains,
Right.
there's still something to that idea
Yeah.
of like truly believing. Yeah.
In something and like aligning your actions
Totally.
with what you
That's
want.
powerful stuff.
Yeah, and maybe,
Mm.
just maybe,
Yeah.
our minds are more powerful
Yeah.
than we realize.
And we realize.
So here's something I want you all to think about,
Okay.
okay? What if even like a tiny fraction
Yeah.
of what people say about manifestation is true?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wouldn't that be amazing?
Right?
Like, how could we use that
That would be wild.
to shape our lives?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What if we really do all have a little bit of the Matrix in us?
Yeah.
That's what I want you to think about.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into